a really interesting rumor about you, Mia. Is it true that you're a divorcee? I had no idea. My image of you is totally changed now.
What do you want, Sarah? I am a divorcee, but it really has nothing to do with you. And what do you mean by the fact that your image of me has changed?
You're a divorcee in your 40s and you're currently single. Doesn't that make you depressed? I feel sorry for you. Your life is basically over.
There's no need for you to pity me. I'm happy with my life. Don't try to feel better about yourself by putting me down and criticizing me. And just to let you know, I'm not in my 40s yet. I'm 37.
Okay, whatever. 37 is still old. You're 10 years older than me.
Well, everyone ages. You may be younger than me, but your youth won't last.
But I'm still young and pretty, unlike you. By the way, I'm engaged! I think my looks and youth had something to do with it.
Well, if your future husband is marrying you for your age and looks, I'm not sure that your marriage will last. Besides, being 27 doesn't make you special. There are many other people your age or younger. But congratulations on your engagement. I'm happy for you.
Thank you! I'm very happy. But no need to congratulate me. I feel like being congratulated by someone like you would give me bad luck.
It's a pretty rude thing to say to me, you know? I won't give you any bad luck. You have nothing to worry about.
Well, you're a 37-year-old divorcee. Your existence in of itself is bad luck.
What is your problem? What did I ever do to you? Why are you texting me in the first place?
I'm sorry, I was just being honest.
You should learn to keep some of those negative thoughts to yourself. It's called etiquette. A few days later.
Mia! I had no idea that you're getting married too. Why didn't you tell me the other day? Why would you keep it a secret?
I never felt that we were very close and I didn't feel the need to share this with you. Well, now you know.
Isn't it so funny that we're getting married at the same time? Who knew you could find new love at your age? Who's the guy that was desperate enough to want to marry a divorcee like you? I hope that it's not a fraud.
It's not. You don't need to worry about me.
How are you so sure about that? You're old and ugly. Who'd want to be married to you? You should really get a close look of yourself in the mirror. Oh, by the way, I have a surprise for you.
I already know that it's not the good kind. Just tell me what it is. I want to get it over with.
I'm getting married on the same day as you. Isn't that so exciting? Now our colleagues will get to choose which wedding they want to be at.
Why in the world would you do something so idiotic like that?
Well, now it'll be clear who everyone likes at the office. Then you could see that you're not as great as you think that you are.
This is outrageous. How could you do such a thing? We shouldn't make our colleagues choose between us.
You're only saying that because you know that everyone will choose me. I mean, I'm the young and pretty one here. Everyone loves me.
I wouldn't be so sure about that. I admire your optimism, though. Look, this isn't a popularity contest, and I think that it's a really bad idea to get married on the same day. If we don't get married on the same day, we can attend each other's weddings. Isn't that better?
Hey, you're the one that had to get engaged at the same time as me. If anything, I should be mad at you for all of this. Everyone's going to come to my wedding, so you won't have any guests at yours except for maybe your family.
You're being really immature here.
I guess you're lucky in a way. You only need to rent out a small space for your wedding.
I can't believe that you went out of your way to change your wedding date so last minute. You must really hate me or love me. You shouldn't be plotting against me. You should concentrate on having a nice wedding.
I'll still have a fabulous wedding. I won't regret any of it. Besides, no one wants to see you in a wedding dress. I'm doing everyone a favor.
Is there a need for you to be so cruel to me? I don't deserve to be treated like this. You didn't have to text me to tell me that you're getting married on the same day as me.
I didn't want you to be shocked when no one showed up at your wedding. I guess it doesn't matter. It's not even your first wedding. I'm sure that you'll have a lovely and intimate wedding. Don't feel bad about the fact that your wedding won't be as lavish as mine.
Have you been paying attention to me at all? You're going to regret this decision.
I won't. You'll be the one with regrets. I assure you. No one's going to show up at your wedding. People at our office are congratulating you about your engagement, but they're only being polite. You shouldn't take them so seriously.
Fine, have it your way. You're not going to listen to anything that I have to say anyway. I don't have time to waste talking to you. Changing your wedding date so last minute is going to end up costing you a lot of money. Don't say that I didn't warn you.
You don't need to worry about me. You should be worrying about yourself. Have a nice wedding. I know that I will.
Yeah, whatever.
It's a pity for you that we're getting married on the same day. I'm sorry for taking all of your guests. They all want to come to my wedding and not yours.
Yes, you mentioned that. I'll be fine.
Are you sure about that?
Let me just warn you one last time, though. You should take a look at the company newsletter before you go ahead with your wedding. If you still want to get married on the same day as me, even after reading the newsletter, I won't say anything more. See you tomorrow. The day of the wedding.
Mia? What's going on? Have your wedding guests arrived already?
What do you want? I'm busy.
All of my guests are a no-show. Did something bad happen at the office? Is that why no one could make it to my wedding?
I guess you never read the company newsletter.
What?
You lost, Sarah, and I won. You see, everyone chose to come to my wedding and not yours.
I don't get it.
All of my guests have arrived and I'm getting ready to start my wedding.
Why would our colleagues go to your wedding and not mine? One of my colleagues texted me something strange earlier. They said that I was insane for missing the wedding of our company president. What does that even mean? Did you know that our company president was also getting married today?
Yes, I knew that. I'm the one that's getting married to him, and we're about to start our wedding.
What? I don't believe that.
Since I'm marrying the company president, it makes sense that all of our colleagues would be at my wedding and not yours. We have a ton of guests. It's going to be a huge ceremony. That's why I told you it wouldn't be a good idea for you to get married on the same day as me, but you didn't want to listen.
Oh, I see. I finally understand what you've been trying to tell me. So that's why all of our colleagues didn't take me seriously when I told them that I was getting married on the same day as you.
Well, it's your fault for not reading the company newsletter or paying attention to anything that people have been telling you at the office. How could you work for the company and not know that I was getting married to the company president? How clueless are you? I mean, everyone else at the office knew. That's all that everyone's been talking about. Weren't you paying any attention?
I guess I was too focused on my own wedding. And I was late to one of our morning meetings, so I probably missed the big news.
I see. Sucks for you, doesn't it? Perhaps you should try to come to work on time. You're always late. Everyone in the office has been complaining about it. They say that you're really irresponsible.
I had no idea that's how everyone felt about me.
I thought that I was the only one that you didn't send out an invitation to, but when I checked, none of our colleagues have received a wedding invitation from you. Why is that?
Well, I told everyone that I was getting married, so I figured that I didn't have to send out the invitations. I thought that they'd show up. I didn't want to waste my money sending out the wedding invitations to people in the office that I see every day.
But if you formally wanted to invite them to your wedding, you should have sent out those invitations. No one knew if your wedding was happening for real because they didn't see any invitations go out.
But they said to my face that they would all come to my wedding. And I gave them the date and the venue, so I figured they were all coming. I never knew that they were expecting to be formally invited.
Well, that's how a wedding usually works. You don't just confirm people's attendance verbally. And no one believed that you were crazy enough to plan your wedding on the same day as the company president's. So it was inevitable that no one showed up at your wedding.
I can't believe that. I thought that everyone was coming to my wedding, so I made all the arrangements.
Well, that's a shame.
You don't even care, do you? Don't you see how badly I'm hurt by all this? I beg you, could you please ask everyone to come to my wedding instead? My wedding's gonna be so much fun!
I can't do that. It's not only my wedding, but also the company president's. I don't think that any of our colleagues would ditch the company president's wedding to go to yours.
But I've worked really hard to plan my wedding. What am I supposed to do now? This wedding is costing me a lot of money, too. What would my other guests think if I had 50 empty seats that were reserved for my colleagues? What is my fiancé and his family going to think of me? They're not going to be happy about all of this.
I guess you'll need to figure out a way to fix this then. You made fun of the fact that I'm a divorcee, so I can't help but feel that you deserve this. I'm not the only pathetic one here. I mean, you planned a big wedding and 50 of your guests aren't going to show up, and your husband is going to be very upset with you. I wouldn't be surprised if your fiancé asked you to call off your wedding.
You're really enjoying this right now, aren't you? I don't ever want to become a pathetic divorcee like you. Don't curse me.
What's so wrong with being a divorcee anyway? You should have never made fun of me because of it. I got married to my first husband in my 20s, and we decided to get divorced, but I have no regrets. It's better than staying in a loveless marriage. You had no right to make me feel bad for the decision that I made about my own life. You should focus on your own life instead of criticizing mine. Why would you think to compare yourself to me in the first place?
I actually don't know why either. But I'm in trouble now. Please help me. What am I supposed to do about all the empty seats at my wedding? This is not the time for you to be lecturing me. And I can't believe that you're getting married to the company president.
You're probably envious of the fact that I'm going to have a happy marriage and that my husband happens to be very wealthy. But you don't know how hard I've worked for everything in my life up until now. I think that my hard work is finally paid off. Can you say the same about yourself?
Well, I'm not so sure.
Well, you should stop looking down on other people just because they're different from you. Not only are you hurting those people's feelings, but I don't think that you gain any happiness from your actions. I think that you'll find that you'll feel better about yourself if you were more considerate towards others.
Okay, I won't be so critical of others and I'll work on being more considerate. So could you please do me a big favor by coming to my wedding? You should bring your fiancé and all your wedding guests. It'll be a big party. Or we could have a collective wedding. What do you think?
I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I've been preparing for this day for months, and I can't make any last-minute changes. I'm sorry, but I have to get going. My wedding's about to start.
So you're not going to help me then? I can't believe this is happening to me.
There really isn't anything that I can help you with. Have a nice day, Sarah.
I'm not going to have a nice day if most of my guests are not going to show up.
You should have listened to me, but you didn't want to. You just assumed that whatever I said was irrelevant to you. You never took me seriously. I'll see you at work next week. Bye. Afterward, Mia had a gorgeous and lovely wedding surrounded by family, friends, and colleagues. As for Sarah, she had 50 empty seats at her venue, and the wedding guests that actually showed up felt uncomfortable. Sarah's fiancé and his family asked her why so many guests decided not to come to the wedding. When she told them the reason, they were shocked to say the least. Sarah's fiancé was disappointed in her for changing their wedding date over something so trivial, and their marriage was off to a rocky start. It looks like they might even be headed for a divorce, which is something that Sarah hadn't wished for at all. Sarah was also too embarrassed to go back to work after what happened, and she decided to quit her job. We're left to wonder why she made such a big deal out of Mia being a divorcee. Was it really worth all the work that she put in to try to make Mia's life miserable? Probably not.
How are you feeling about meeting my parents tomorrow before our wedding? Are you worried at all about how things will go?
That's right. I am very worried about it, and it's got me feeling like I have butterflies in my stomach. And this will actually be my first time ever meeting your parents in person as well. I really hope things go over very well for me when they get to see the real me.
Well, about that whole you meeting my parents thing tomorrow, my dad might just be a little bit rude with you at first, or at least he'll be coming off that way. But you don't have to worry about him at all, as that's just who he is. Just listen to what he has to say, and then you can ignore it forever after tomorrow.
Huh? You think he's going to be coming off a bit rude towards me tomorrow? What will he be doing to me?
Well, you could say that both my parents are a bit stuck in the past. And when it comes to one of their kids getting married, they may see that as a little lonely for themselves. And I feel that because of that, my dad may be a bit of a hard butt towards you. Actually, I can already imagine what he'll say to you. My dad is the worst of both my parents. He's really thick-skulled.
Is that right? I didn't know that about either of them, actually. They have put in a lot of work raising you into the young man you are now, so I'm sure they want you to be with someone who treats you just as important. I understand. I'll do my best not to worry about what he says to me.
Just know that the fact that you and I are pretty much married now makes me super happy. And I think the two of them understand that very much as well. And I'll let them know that's how I'm feeling again, when we go out to see them both.
I'm assuming that your dad is the type of man that'll be happy to see that his son is happy with me. That's why I'm not all too worried about that.
Well, I'm not worried about him. Being happy over me being happy is the thing.
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Well, just make sure not to be too outgoing about yourself tomorrow, okay? I don't want to have to be left with having to explain everything about you to my mom and dad.
I know that, and I promise I won't speak too much. That stuff shouldn't really be talked about anyway in front of both your parents when this is supposed to be about our marriage and wedding.
Well, as long as we're both on the same page about that, then I'm good. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
I'm feeling just as excited and also a little worried still. I hope everything goes over well with them both.
If you want to stay out of trouble, you're never to come over to my house again. I don't want you anywhere around my son either, alright? What were you trying to do, you lowlife? Getting that close to my son?
I never actually expected that you'd have that kind of a behavior today around me.
I acted and did everything any loving father would do for their son.
You feel that spilling scalding hot tea onto your son's fiancée right after they both decided they would get married was something a loving father should do? You're saying that other fathers do the exact same thing to their sons' fiancés?
You're acting like it's not common sense. I'm not going to listen to someone with the least common sense about whether I have it or not. Have you still not realized just how far you are from having even an ounce of common sense in that head of yours? Did me pouring all that hot tea over your head still not open your eyes to that reality?
To be honest, I have no idea what all of that was about, Thomas. I literally don't have a single clue as to why the father of my fiancé would be so upset with me that he'd do something like that.
Ethan was using my family's money for someone like you.
Excuse me?
Well, I'm not going to let my son feel as though he can make you his wife. I will not allow the marriage of you two to happen. I've already told Ethan about all of this, so there is nothing left you can do besides leaving my family alone.
Ethan seemed to be really upset with what you did to me and pretty speechless.
But in the end, he has always listened to what I tell him, so there won't be any problems there.
Do you really think that's going to be the case for you two? You really expect him to give up on wanting to marry me?
I do. You think that he's going to let you marry him now, after what I told him? Well, I guess you would think so, since you have no common sense in that head of yours. But, if you thought about it with just a hint of common sense, you'd realize that nobody is going to want to marry somebody who is $200,000 in debt.
Huh? I'm in debt that much?
Did you think that I'd never be able to find out about that? I think my son tried his hardest to make sure my wife and I would never be able to see that. But we both were able to guess that you have something wrong with you. And it so happens that something is you being in extreme debt.
Hold on for a moment, Thomas. I understand that you want to think something like that of me, but you have it all wrong.
You can only get so far trying to make me think that I'm the one that has it all wrong. You are $200,000 in debt, all right? That kind of debt is not something somebody can easily hide from others. And what makes all this worse is that to pay it all off, you've been trying to get my son to take the family money and give it all to you. What a witch you are. I'm already trying to decide whether my family should sue you for something like that or not. But Ethan keeps telling me to stop thinking like that. My son really made a stupid mistake by bringing you around us. But even if he didn't see you were using him, my wife and I have. And we don't want you here.
Do you think you can stop it with all these horrible comments you're making about someone you don't really know? Do you even care to listen to the truth from me even right now?
Stop it! I don't want you anywhere near my son ever again. You hear me? If I hear that you've been around him again after today, I will really take you to court and sue your butt.
Sue me? And how the hell do you plan to sue someone like me? You'd have to have rock-solid facts about me first for the judge to even want to listen to your claims.
I wanted to ask something of you as well. I'm not sure at all about how you were able to get my son to come to your indebted side. Did he really think it'd be alright marrying you when you are $200,000 in debt? I will not be allowing any more talk about you both getting married. So get out of my house, right now!
Your son is the one in debt right now, Thomas.
What?
And also, I've been out of your house for a long time now. What the heck are you even going on about right now? Since you've already come this far claiming I was the one in that kind of debt, to the point you'd pour hot tea on me, I'm totally over wanting to be around you all. I'm totally fine with my engagement to Ethan being done with. But in return for no longer being able to marry him, I want my money back.
What the actual hell have you been going on about with those last few messages? The only one with any debt right now is you!
Nope, not me. I'm really not sure whether anything I'm saying is getting through that thick skull of yours, but the only one that's been in any kind of debt has been Ethan. Now how about you go ahead and talk with him about it instead of me?
You idiot! There's no way on earth that my son is in debt!
Also, we had planned with this marriage that I'd be able to pay off all his debt, and in return, for the rest of the time, he'd slowly be able to pay me back for doing such a kind thing for him. That was our deal.
Huh?
Both of my parents happen to have a lot of properties, and they both know about how your son has been in debt this whole time. At first, they didn't want to let him marry me, but then they realized that we're both still young and can find a way to handle the debt. So they helped out by giving some of their money to him as a start to paying off the debt.
Your parents have that kind of money? And you're telling me that they're helping with paying off that $200,000?
That's absolutely right. And we had all worked so hard to make this plan up, and I thought we were all totally in the clear. But now you're trying to blame me for being the one trying to take money from your family?
Well, he was telling me that he wanted to pay you back with some of the money.
And that was all a huge lie by him. I'm not the one in debt, and he still has to hand over the rest of the money at some point. Why would someone like me, who was born into a wealthy family and has had everything she ever wanted while growing up, be in such great debt and need the help of someone else's family to pay it off? My parents would help me in a heartbeat if I really needed money.
So then, wait a second. My son's been the one in debt this whole time?
I have been trying to tell you that this whole time. I understand that you didn't want to blame your son and wanted to think it was me. But do you really think that I'd be lying to you about him being the one in debt when I'm the one choosing to marry him for his sake? If you took a moment to think this all through, you'd probably get what's been going on here.
I can sort of see now what you're getting at. But my son has really been the one in debt this whole time? I really cannot believe what I'm hearing.
He's already gotten $200,000 or so from us, but there are times where he still asks me for money for God knows what. He might be sick or something, thinking he can just keep borrowing money and expect someone else to pay it back for him. Well, I'm not going to work with him anymore, so he'll have to find someone else to help him out now. And if you still don't believe what I've been saying, let me grab my parents and have them show you the proof. I'm through with all you guys, and this marriage that Ethan and I wanted is no more. This is all wonderful for you, right? In the end, you were able to get things exactly the way you wanted them.
Wait a second. All of what you've said to me has been a little off. Actually, it's all completely off from what I thought and heard.
And that's why I'm asking you to talk with your son about all of it. I'm tired of having to tell you all about what's been going on with your own son. Everything I've said so far has all been true, so just deal with him now, please.
I just spoke with my son about it. And you are right. Everything you've said to me all seems to be very sound. I might have happened to think the wrong things about you, but can we both agree that this is all your fault for acting in a very odd way around us?
What? What the actual frick are you trying to say now?
Hmm?
You think I was trying to act all out of line or something in order to make you get the wrong idea of me? Your little shut-in of a son was the one that chose to never tell you the truth about himself sooner, which led to you thinking it was me. And when you found out about there having been $200,000 of debt, you automatically blamed me for it, and that's why you drenched me in hot tea, right? Yet since finding out the truth, you still haven't apologized for that and are only trying to make things even worse than they need to be.
You think I should be the one to apologize to you?
Well, who else should be the one to do it, You were the one that dumped that tea onto me for no reason, and you think I'm going to ask your wife to apologize to me for it or something? Get real, Thomas. I'm not even the one that's in debt. If anything, I'm your guys' knight in shining white armor that saved you from all having to pay off your own son's debt.
Well, I never knew anything about you and your parents doing that. I was just fooled by whatever my son had been lying to me about this whole time.
So how about instead of trying to blame me for you not knowing that he was the one who was in debt this whole time, you blame him. He was the one lying to you about it, and that's what led to you thinking I was the problem. Well, at this point, it doesn't really matter who you blame anymore. The marriage is no longer going to be happening, and that means we all want our money back in full.
Huh? You want it all back in full?
And all in one payment, please. All that $200,000 we gave to him back in one lump sum payment, please and thank you. And since it doesn't seem like Ethan will be the one paying us that kind of money right now, it seems you'll have to be the one to take responsibility for it.
Hold on for 2 seconds, Lisa. What are you even talking about right now? You want somebody to pay you $200,000 in one payment? That's ridiculous!
Well, my family and I have been the ones giving that money to him. But now that Ethan and I are breaking up, we want that money we lent to him back right now. And if he's not going to be able to give that money back to us, then it's up to his family to take care of it for him, right?
But that's a whole $200,000! You think my family has that kind of money lying around? I told you that it was my son using our money to pay you back, right? So we don't have that much money to give you right now. If you would have just thought about that first, you wouldn't be speaking like an idiot right now.
Thought about it first? I'm sorry, but you never did think before throwing that tea onto me, right? So I'm sorry, but I'm no longer going to think of anything while considering your guys' unfortunate situation now.
But I'm telling you that right now, it's impossible for us to pay you back. We have no money in our savings, even amounting to that large of an amount.
Then I'll get a waiver ready for you to sign saying you are indebted to me $200,000. And later my lawyer will be over to confirm it and have you sign it.
What? A lawyer?
I have a feeling this will need to be taken to court at some point, and if that has to happen, you'll also need to pay the court fees once you're told you need to pay me that money. I suggest you find a way to get that money to me really soon, okay?
But a lawyer? And you want me signing things to make my debt to you official? What the hell is going on here?
I'm expecting that you'll pay me that $200,000 very soon here. And to make sure that you don't run from it, I'm having your debt be watched by the court system. And when it comes to the amount I'm asking for and the reason behind it, I'd like that money back in one full payment, please. So please get that money together for me.
I can't be signing some kind of document like that over $200,000. Other people will begin to find out about it, and I'll really be in hot water.
I'm sure that right now your face is going ghostly white. To think that the person you just spilled hot tea all over happened to be the same person saving your son from all his debt. Really, your son is the one at fault for ever getting into that much debt in the first place, but after you played along with his crap, you're going to be the one taking the brunt force of his debt.
Lisa, I'm telling you that I had the total wrong idea about all of this. It was just an unfortunate mistake on my part.
Oh, I know that. I know about all of that very well.
I really just thought that you had to be the one with all that debt, and that's why I behaved so horribly in front of you. But really, this is all my son's fault. You can't blame me for any of it, right?
I can't? What are you trying to say to me right now, Thomas?
I want you to just get back together with Ethan now, and then you and I can talk this over some more. I feel like that's the best idea for all of our sakes.
No, that's not going to happen now, so I have to say no.
Huh? Why can't you do this for us?
You think after the way I've been treated by you and Ethan, I'd just let it all go into the past? You know dang well that's never going to happen. You poured really hot water all over my head and never said sorry for it. And then you continued to call me the low-life loser for being in debt that I don't have.
And having heard how you feel about that, I'm truly sorry for my behavior. I didn't mean for any of that to be mean towards you. Let's just think about our futures now and get together to talk things through seriously. I really made a mistake by not understanding things, right?
Shut the hell up and understand this, you old idiot. No matter how many times you ask for me to do anything for you now, the answer is a big N-O. I don't even want to be married anymore now. And having to imagine being family with you guys makes me want to throw up. Trying to make things not look as bad as they were is not going to change anything for you. I want that $200,000 in one big payment, and I am going to make sure you are held to that standard.
Wait a second, though. Even Ethan wants to apologize now. You still want to be with Ethan forever, right? Just get back together with him and become close to us as your family again.
Jesus Christ, man. I can see you've totally started to lose it, so before I start saying things that would be seen as a bit suspicious, I'm going to go. It's over for you, Thomas, and I want you to tell your son that as well. If you don't have the money to pay me, then sell your house tomorrow or something. Goodbye now, Thomas. Sucks that you're the one that'll be stuck with your stupid son and all that debt of his now. In the end, Ethan was in tears and tried countless times to get me to make up with him. But my love for him was long gone now, and I was not going to listen to his want for me anymore. Thomas tried to talk to me with his son to get me to come back, but I told him that he's only solidified my choice even more, and that it was game over for the both of them. And soon after saying that, my lawyer got in touch with him, and after that I never had to get another text from either one of them again. Ethan tried to tell his dad not to get in the way of things anymore, but that only pissed Thomas off even more with him. And right now, their whole family is in shambles. As of right now, Thomas is freaking out trying to get the money together to pay me back that $200,000. And I have to say, I am so happy I never married into that crappy family. I know that right now things may not be that great for either one of those two, but maybe once he's paid me that money I wanted back, Thomas might realize he needs to kick Ethan out of his house and then never bother anyone else ever again.
I'm looking forward to meeting your parents tomorrow. I hope you're as excited as I am. It appears that April's parents have gotten us all a reservation at a wine and charcuterie bar, so that's where we'll be heading.
That's what I've heard from her. Sounds good. I'm really looking forward to being able to meet everyone in the family tomorrow. This will be my first time meeting April in person as well, so I really can't wait.
I'm sorry that things never lined up well enough to allow you to meet with April sooner. Now we are already so close to our marriage, and you'll only be getting your first look at her. But we did only choose to get married a few weeks ago, so there wasn't much time anyway. Even her parents haven't had much time to meet me, and we've only had the opportunity to talk over the phone.
It's no problem at all. Our family's always been on our toes waiting for the next thing to happen, and have never really been good at getting things over with until the last minute. And after all the strikeouts before, like that last time, I'd say I'm getting kind of used to having my hopes let down.
Right, but I haven't brought any of that up with her family yet. I was thinking that tomorrow would be a good time for that, in person, as they might have a better understanding of us then, and not get too upset about it.
Well, as long as everything goes well around that, then I'm fine. I don't want to see my favorite son ending up on the wrong side of things anymore, okay? You've already had your heart broken enough, and it pains me to see it happen over and over again.
I don't really want to be in that position anymore either. I really do think that this time will be alright. And if you didn't already know, April's parents work for the bank. So there should be no problem this time, like we had all those other times.
Oh, is that right? Well, that just means they most likely don't struggle too much with money then.
I think they all ended up with quite a large amount of wealth in their family. It appears that both her father and brother work for very famous banks, and her mother happened to work for one before she got married to her husband.
That sounds about right. Then it doesn't seem like things will turn out the same as they did before.
I just got a message from April a second ago. Apparently, her mother's asking to have your number to talk with you.
Her mother wants my number? We are all supposed to be meeting tomorrow, so I wonder why she'd want to talk with me right now.
I believe she has something she'd like to talk with you about before tomorrow. Hence, her asking to speak with you now. Is that alright?
That's fine with me, but I'm trying to find a good reason for why she'd want to talk with me the day before our event, and at this time of the evening. Well, it'll be all right. You can go ahead and tell her my phone number. Hello, my name is Helen, and I'm April's mother. I assume I'm speaking with Bart's mother, Karen, correct? Hello, and nice to meet you, Helen. Thank you so much for taking good care of my son. It is a bit unfortunate that we all must meet at such late timing as tomorrow, but I am really looking forward to both meeting his fiancée for the first time in person as well as her parents. I'm going to get this off my plate right now. Is it true that you are a single mother to Bart? Excuse me? Well, that is true, but what does that have to do with anything? What ended up happening to your husband? I understand that what I'm asking may be upsetting you a little bit, but it's very important that my family knows the truth. I'm a bit surprised that you are asking such personal questions already, even though we've not formally met in person yet. Well, as for what happened with my ex-husband, the two of us got a divorce. So that's what's led you to this point? Yes, that's correct, but... Then tell me, Karen, why did your son Bart not end up going with his father in the divorce? Helen, can you please tell me first why you're asking such questions at this time? I'm just a bit suspicious of you is all. As far as this world is aware, families of single mother households have always been known to be very poor. Now tell me, what happened with Bart's father? Does this mean that his father knew of him being poor and that's why he threw the both of you away and ran off? Did you ask for your son to grow up in a poor and unhappy household? That must make you a terrible mother, correct? I'm not really sure what you're trying to say to me, but there were a lot of things that led up to the divorce between my ex and I. And since you and I have not yet met in person yet, I don't feel obligated to tell you anything more than I already have about such private matters over the phone. But your son is getting married to my daughter, right? We are going to become family very soon, so I'd really like to know what she's getting herself into. I can understand your concern, but can you please wait until tomorrow? I'm sure that you don't need to know all the details at this exact moment, right? Listen, Karen, I only just learned about Bart living in a single mother's household just yesterday. Okay. And it seems as though even my daughter wasn't made aware of that until only recently. So now, since we will finally be meeting you in person, Bart was kind enough to let my daughter know, and she let me know. Now, I have to say, my family is a family of bankers, all right? And we really hope that our daughter's husband and family will be of that same status in this society. Yet my ears have had the misfortune of hearing that Bart comes from a fatherless and poor home. What? Poor? Helen, I have this slight feeling that you are using that word too freely to describe my family currently. You think so? Well, I'm only using it to describe your current state, right? This is why I'm currently talking with my husband about this whole situation. We have to be sure whether it's really okay to let our daughter marry a man like your son. Well, before you begin to judge him based off of myself, take a closer look at him and make that decision. If the both of them look happy together, then that should be good enough to let you guys agree with the marriage, right? My daughter is a very intelligent woman. So, when choosing someone to call her boyfriend, her fiancé, and perhaps someday her husband, she made sure to look into their work and income. But having to hear that his mother is a woman of no wealth that lives day and night having to eat scraps is something none of us expected. Hold on for 1 second. You think that I am so poor that I need to rely on scraps of food to stay alive? What the heck is that all about? In a household with only a single mother as the parent, the money most often goes to you instead of towards raising your kids, correct? And right now we are worried that with you becoming a part of our family, you will only want more and more money since you cannot obtain it yourself. You'll all be fine. You do not have to worry about such a ridiculous thing. Now, if you continue to say such rude things about me, our meeting tomorrow in person might have to be postponed or canceled. So to avoid such a thing, I'll be going now. I look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow. Is that right? Then I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. I was also looking forward to this meeting with a lot of energy, but now I am a bit concerned for what's to come next. Where have you run off to, Karen? Don't tell me you've already gone home now. Did I really say or do anything that rude to you? Did I end up damaging what little pride you already had or something? Say something rude to me? It wasn't close to such a level. However, I decided to come to this wine bar today to enjoy a meeting with my son's fiancée and her family. Yet, as I walked in to have a seat with you all, you stated that someone of my class shouldn't be in such a fine establishment. And that was your reasoning for not getting me a seat at your table? And then you ended things by asking me to stand, as I do not have the money to take a seat. Now that was actually quite rude of you. Do you think all of that was okay? I just assumed someone of your likes wouldn't mind standing and eating today. You should be thankful that you're allowed to come in and enjoy fine wine and fancy food with the rest of the family, right? Had you just stood there and ate your food, we wouldn't have minded having you at our table for talks. You really have no limits. I had no need to stand there and look like a fool in front of you all. You thought it was acceptable of you to make me look like an idiot and use that as an excuse to laugh at me? You all are really the worst family in this city. Well, you already knew something like this was coming, right? I'm sure it's happened to you plenty of times before, considering you're a single mother with no money that had to raise a child. Now I chose not to give you a seat because you don't have the money to afford one, so stand and enjoy the food. I'm going home then. Goodbye forever. I am certain that your actions will soon lead you to becoming very regretful of them, and not just you, but also your husband. Where are you right now, Karen? What was that? I don't really understand why you're asking me that now, of all times. I remember telling you only an hour ago that I was heading home and would most definitely not be coming back, right? Well, my husband just received a call from the bank a few moments ago. You did something, and I want to know what the hell it was. It's so sad that you happened to see me as someone with no wealth, even though that was clearly, and still is clearly, not the case. What? I happen to be the daughter of a millionaire. And with the money I had from my parents, I was able to afford plenty of businesses, which I now run. So, to you, that idea of me being a poor person was really far off the mark, and I'm sure you're surprised to hear that, correct? Hold on, you! What are you talking about? You were once the daughter of a millionaire, and now you run your own businesses? That would be the reason why your husband is currently being contacted by the bank, right? They must have heard that my companies will be pulling all their money out of your husband's bank, and that's why they are trying to get an understanding of the situation from your husband now. What? So that's why they all started to call my husband and everyone on the other end of the line were pissed at him? My husband is all flustered right now and is getting up to head straight to the bank. He told me he had to go because of you pulling out all that money from his bank. Why does my husband have to be involved in this? Did you know that before both you and I met, I had already learned all about your family and what you all do for a living? What? Your You're talking about my family, right? That's right. Your daughter happens to be a very important person to my son, after all. And so he asked me to take a good look into her and the rest of her family to see what you all are up to. And that's how I learned that your husband and son both work for the banks, and one that I'm a part of. And this was all too easy for me to figure out, considering all my businesses use the banks your husband and son are a part of, and have been with them for a very long time now. All too easy? What is? You already know, right? Getting my revenge. Revenge? Are you talking about for what just happened at the wine bar? Are you that upset over something as basic as me not getting you a seat there? However, both you and your husband happen to be running like chickens with no heads, correct? To a bank as large as the one your husband works for, something like that is a very naughty thing to do to one of the partners there. I'm sure your husband is well aware now that his fate has most likely already been decided within that bank. You mean he'll be fired? You're lying, right? There's no way they'd fire him. He's been working for that bank for over 30 years now and is a big player in getting them new customers and partners. And I'm sure he didn't expect this to be the way things ended for him, right? And this isn't all, Helen. What else is there? Because this was all the fault of him and his wife, the bank will most likely be asking for reparations from him in some way for the major damage to them. Ask for reparations from us? Why us? I told you that it's because of your husband and your behavior that I just had my companies pull all their money out of your husband's bank. It's because of the both of you that the bank is now going to be in some seriously hot waters. What? We're the ones at fault for this? I told you how that all has happened just a second ago, and how it links to the both of your actions. Well, it's not like the two of us ever knew that you had that kind of money. Everyone already knows that a single mother household is always without any money and has to live off the scraps that fall from us rich people's hands. Why did you never say anything to me about this sooner? Not even Bart told us anything. There have been a lot of people in Bart's past that have only wanted to marry him for his money. So we've learned to not talk as much about our family and our wealth right off the bat, and instead wait to hear from the other party first. His past fiancé only wanted the money in his family. That's your reason for never telling us? You can't be holding secrets like that from people. Well, that's the only reason for it, so tell me why you're thinking I'm the one that did something wrong here. I'll tell you straight. All my son and I are two very rich people. And we never thought that you and your husband would find us both to be living in poverty. However, you thought that just because I don't have a husband, right? Well, had you just told me that you were the CEO or something, I would have never had the wrong idea about you being a single mother. Can't you see you're to blame for not ever telling me about yourself? You asked me the other day what happened to cause the divorce, right? Well, we ended up getting that divorce because we are both two very different people. But as of right now, we both still get to see our son when we want to. And as of right now, Bart still sees my ex-husband as his father, and his father sees him as his son. Right now, he's just been overseas for some time operating a very large company. I never told you that before, though, did I? I never heard that from you. It's because of you never telling us all these important details that my husband is going to have his head on the chopping block. Are you not even worried about my family right now? What are you talking about, Helen? We were supposed to meet to talk to one another and discuss our children's marriage. However, you never reserved me a seat. And then you told me the reason for that was because you taught me being a single mother meant that I was poor. And then laughed at me, telling me to stand and eat. That was all you, right? That to me seems like you never got rid of your immature middle school behavior. I guess I did say and do all of that to you at some point. But I wasn't doing it to be mean to you or anything. Doing something as pathetic as that while laughing with your family as I stood there humiliated? You all are such children that I could see there was no point to talking with you anymore. All I gained from that meeting was the knowledge to not let my son marry your daughter. And as for the money that I've pulled from your husband's bank, I am allowed to put it anywhere I please, right? I never meant to make you do something so crazy as that, though. It was all just meant to be a joke. A joke, huh? let me tell you that when you try to tell a joke, you need to be a bit more lighthearted about it. That means none of that hateful speech and tone should be going into it. Well, you really did it this time, Helen, and now your family is going to pay the price for it dearly. And my son is telling me that he no longer wants anything to do with a family like yours. I believe April and Bart being engaged is no longer a thing. Huh? Bart doesn't want her anymore? He just had to witness your family making fun of me right before his very eyes. So I don't blame him for no longer wanting your daughter. I guess you'll get to have your unemployed daughter back now after all that. And not only are you and her unemployed, but so will your husband be here soon, and maybe even your son. And then all four of you can be a poor and jobless family with no use to our society. Am I right? Well, this is all you deserve after how you treated me, so there was no avoiding this. I'm sorry, Karen. I can see now that everything I did to you was wrong. Do you think we can start everything over again and get back to getting to know one another? I know that my misunderstanding is the reason for all this, but no thank you. There are no more chances for you now, Helen. All of you jobless lowlives can band together now and try to find a way out of that mess. And tell me, who are the real poor people after today? In the end, Helen, her husband, and April all tried their hardest to apologize to Karen for what they'd done, but Karen ignored all of them as though they were nothing more than ants. And after that, Helen's husband lost his job at the bank and was no longer able to consider himself a wealthy banker. He had tried so hard to plead his case to the owners of the bank, but when they told him he had crossed the line making fun of one of their biggest partners, they had no choice but to get rid of him. They also stated to him that due to all of the money his family actions cost the bank, he would be taken to court and have to pay a reparation to the bank. And when it came to the kids, the marriage between April and Bart was also canceled, and the money that was owed to the bank by her family was paid for with all their savings. When the news of that court case got out regarding said money being paid after the actions of the family, April's brother then lost his job at the bank he worked for. And the reasoning was to prevent future issues that might occur with him. So, as of right now, that family is left with nothing to do but cry and whine about what's happened. And if they ever plan on finding new jobs again, they might want to settle with something outside the world of money, as no bank or financial institution would want to hire them now. I believe all of this was a very good lesson for them, that picking on someone you have no idea about can for sure bite you in the butt before you realize it.
Liz, because of what's going on, I'm gonna have to be blunt here. I'm not sticking around with an old grandma anymore.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm saying that I'd rather be with a young woman any day, as opposed to with you. I had been trying my best to stick around with you for a while now, but as I knew what would happen, I've reached my limit. So can we get a divorce?
What are you saying, Randy? Huh? Are you being serious right now?
I mean, Liz, you're already 39 years old, right? You and I are 9 whole years apart in age. Back when I had married you was a time in which I was excited to be with an older woman, and so were a lot of other men. But now I wonder why the hell I ever got married to you in the first place. Even your skin feels a lot worse than that of a young gal's. And so with that, let's get divorced.
Have you hit your head on something? You know all that I've done for you up until now, right? And do you know why I'm in the hospital right now?
I know why.
I'm here to give birth to our baby. Yet during this very important and stressful time of our life, you're going on about wanting a divorce?
A 39-year-old giving birth to a baby is really the most disappointing thing I've ever heard of.
What?
And that's why I'm asking for a divorce. I'm telling you right now that I have another woman that I love. And she's a young gal whose skin is as soft as cotton candy. So that little brat that you're gonna give birth to isn't gonna get any love from me.
Wait, Randy, can you not see how much of a jerk you're being right now? I've known for a bit now that you've been acting suspicious and probably had another lady, but I didn't think you'd drag all of that this far and into a relationship. What the hell are you talking about? I'm having a really hard time understanding what's going on with you. Is this all supposed to be a joke? Your timing is the worst for it. Why don't you go find somewhere to calm down a bit and rethink what you've just said to me?
Why don't I? Because while you've been in the hospital getting ready to give birth, I've moved out of the house.
Huh?
The apartment has been your place for the longest time now, even before I came, so it has nothing to do with me anymore. I moved all my things and myself out of there and left the divorce papers on the counter for you. Go ahead and fill the rest in for me and hand them in.
Are you kidding me? I just had your daughter, Randy. What the actual hell are you going on about? Calm down right now, please.
I'm calm right now, Liz. No matter how you try and get me to stay with you guys, I'm never gonna love that little brat of yours. That thing is none of my business. And I can't even believe that you thought about having a baby at your age in the first place.
You're being a monster right now. She's your daughter as well, right? And after all the effort I have put into carrying and birthing her, you're going to say awful things like that? I'm not going to forgive you for this.
I couldn't care less if you forgave me or not. I'm never gonna be seeing you ever again after this, so have fun being upset with me.
You don't even plan to ever come to see your baby's girl's face? This has all got to be some sort of joke.
I told you plenty of times now that it's not a joke. This is all very real and not a dream. I don't have the confidence to love a baby that was birthed by some old grandma at the age of 39. I don't even want to know what the poor soul looks like after coming out of you, so hurry up and leave me when you get home.
Well, then I'm never letting you see the two of us ever again.
Thank God. Now I'm on my way to being a free man again. I'm gonna have a lot more fun in my second life. I was never going to stay with you once you turned 40, and having to raise that kid beside you would have been hell. Thank God you're okay with going away. Goodbye now, Grandma.
But can you promise one thing to me before you go?
What?
I'll agree with getting the divorce, but in return for that, you're never to come back to me or my daughter if you ever need any help.
I don't plan to ever see you guys again. There's no reason for me to in the first place, so I promise to never come around you two again. Is that what you wanted to hear?
Well, if you're going to promise me that, then we can get a divorce. And of course I'm going to be getting full custody of my daughter.
You can have it. I don't even want to think of that brat as being mine.
Alright then. You may be one of the worst men on the planet, but thank you for giving me my beautiful daughter. Now please never show your face around us again.
I never will. But that also means you and that brat can never come looking for me either. Bye-bye, Grandma.
Goodbye forever, you pile of trash.
It's been a while, Liz. I'm going to the wedding right now.
Excuse me? But who is this?
You know who I am. I'm the father of today's wedding bride. I've been looking forward to this wedding for a long, long time. And so today, I'm going to meet with her.
Hold on for a moment. What are you talking about? Do you still think that you're her father? Even after a whole 20 years have gone by and you've said nothing to either one of us, what are you trying to do by texting me all of a sudden?
I wanted to tell you that I'm going to that wedding. This is going to be a very emotional day for all of us when I finally get to see the daughter of mine that was taken from me.
Huh? I'm not quite sure how you even figured out where her wedding would be today, or that she was even getting married in the first place. But stop trying to be obnoxious by sending me all these texts.
Well, I'm the father of the bride, so I'm allowed to be at that wedding.
This is getting out of hand. Can you please open your eyes for a sec? Do not come over here. Did you forget about the promise you made to me 20 years ago that allowed me to divorce you? Hey, are you listening to me right now?
Why did that happen? Why was everyone being so crazy with me when I got in there? Is everyone at that wedding a freak? Tossing me out of my own daughter's wedding? I'm her friggin' father.
Is it time that you'll be willing to open your dang eyes finally? The way you came in looking like trash and causing all that embarrassment for my daughter, And another thing, you need to stop calling my daughter yours.
Why do I have to stop? She's my daughter too.
After not even being in the hospital room with me while I gave birth, you threw us out. And then you chased after a young woman and left us for a very long time. And after 20 years, you're all of a sudden back here trying to get into my daughter's wedding? I can't think of another reason as to why you're doing this besides that you really messed up with your head while you've been gone.
You can call me messed up all you want, but what else was I supposed to do today? That young gal lied to me and got me stuck with her and all of the debt she had. And so me being messed up right now is not my dang fault. I was lied to and played for a fool. I didn't plan on turning into a bum after I left you.
I don't care what happened with you and that girl because I don't care about you. You're a stranger to us all, and you said you'd never come back to us, right? You promised that. She has no clue who you are, and she even said that to your face today.
And that was screwed up big time. That is not something she should ever say to her parents. Have you not been raising her properly this whole time? Are you sure this is all because you're too old and can't handle kids?
What? What the hell are you trying to do right now after saying things like that about my daughter and I? You're blaming my way of raising her because she was so worried by some random men coming into her wedding and having him thrown out? I don't want to hear that crap out of your mouth ever again after you left us when she was only just born. If you want to know who's really at fault for today, I'd say your parents are because they obviously didn't raise you right. Well, at this point, I'm sure you already know, and so do your parents.
I want to know who that man is. And the father of the... What's that all about?
Huh? That's the man I got married to. Are you acting as though I needed to tell you anything about him, though? Do you still not see that you have no right being around us right now?
Why was that man that you married sitting in the seat that was labeled for the bride's father? That's my frickin' seat. If you start pissing me off any more than I already am, things are gonna get scary for you. Go tell those 2 idiot security guards that I'm okay and let me come sit there.
Why are you getting upset with me for no reason? Do you think that making threats like that will get me worked up?
What?
I'm really worried about what's gotten into you that's made you so screwed in the head. You're the one that threw us away years ago, right? And after 20 years of realizing how badly you messed up, you came on my daughter's biggest day looking like garbage to do what? Why the hell are you here, Randy? And why do you think you have any right to be here? Do you need something from us? Tell me right now.
You're the real piece of garbage for getting married again without telling me. I came back here to get my family back together.
Get your family back together? Huh? Do you think that my daughter and I are your family or something, Randy? We have a new family now, and you're not part of it. All you are is some stranger that we're starting to think might need to visit a psych ward. I don't want to hear anything about how upset you are that I got married again when you were the one that got divorced to me to run off with a young woman. I think you better zip that mouth of yours and keep it zipped.
Give me that seat back. She's my daughter.
Come on, Randy. It was nice of you to make me laugh a little, but your joke is getting old now. You have never even met my daughter before, so why do you keep thinking that she's your daughter after it's been 20 years? I think the only reason you've come out here for her is because you're broke. And so, this is all out of desperation now. That kind of thinking is only something a complete lunatic would have.
You don't have to take it that far. I am a bit worried about money right now, but I didn't come today for that reason.
Then, what's your reason for being here? Tell me right now.
I had heard that she was going to get married, and so I asked a friend about it that knows her, and she told me that the wedding would be taking place close by, so I thought it would be okay for me to come and see it. I was hoping for a very dramatic reunion after 20 years of never seeing any of you. I wanted us to all be crying out of happiness for being able to see one another again. But now that things have become so hectic, I have no idea what I'm doing here anymore. I had believed that we could all talk about each other's lives again.
Wait, why did you think that we'd all be open arms to you? There's no reason for us to be, right? There was no way this was going to turn into some sort of dramatic reunion. Have you even noticed the contradiction there is in your plan?
What?
You have never even met my daughter before.
And why does that mean anything? How would that contradict anything in my plans for today? I'm her father, and so she should be all happy and crying to see me.
You act like this would be a reunion with her, but this was her first time ever seeing you. Asking to have a dramatic reunion when you need to introduce yourself to her first? How come you thought this would actually play out so well for you?
Now that you say it back to me, I'm sure it would have been odd. But that's not all. She's my daughter, right?
I'm too tired to talk with you anymore about this. Did you think that being related to her by blood made you her father? I'm sorry, Randy, but my husband has been with my daughter since she was 3 years old and has helped me raise her since then. And so she calls my husband the father. And there's no changing that now. To her, it does not matter whether she's related to her by blood or not.
There's no way. That's a freaking lie.
You don't have to be able to believe it, but we all think that we're a family, and you can't do a thing about that. So, you can say what you want about us, but don't think it's going to bother us. We have nothing to do with you after all.
Even if she does see him as her father, she should still be a little curious about her real father, right? That's the whole reason I came here today to see her. Does me being here on her wedding day not make her really happy?
I think she does want to know more about her real father. It's normal for anyone to want to get to know their real parents if they never grew up knowing them. But I think after today, she no longer wants to get to know you.
Huh? Why?
You're asking me? Ha! Are you really that dense? You came into her wedding in some raggedy clothes and covered in what looks like soot. And you made a complete fool of yourself, embarrassing her on her wedding day. That right there might have just scarred her a little.
Scarred her? Why would that scar her any?
She's told me that she never wants you coming around her again now. Of course, she doesn't want you here anymore. And even after the wedding, she doesn't want you showing up. If you do come around her, or the rest of us again, we're calling the police and having you arrested. My husband knows a lot of the police officers in town, so he can make things happen quickly. So having you eradicated is all too easy for us.
Why would you do something like that to me? I only came here to see my daughter's wedding.
You just want the money that her husband has, right? And that's why we had you kicked out of there.
I don't know anything about her husband's money. Why would I know anything about that?
I can see that things are still not lining up in your reasoning. Well, it doesn't matter if you came here for his money or not, because he really has nothing to do with you. You're just the average bum to him is all. You ended up ruining your own life chasing after young girls. And that's why you came to this wedding today, hoping for some kind of money or something. Disgusting. You have nothing you can do to us now, so get lost.
I never thought you'd say such things to me. Does my daughter think the same thing of me?
You don't even know my daughter's name. So what do you think? I think after what you've seen today, you should finally understand, right? She doesn't want you around her anymore. You're just a ghost to her that hasn't been alive for the past 20 years. So you can stop trying to get involved with our lives. Now, goodbye.
Wait, please! Her husband has a lot of money then. Can you ask him just to give me a small amount? I just need enough to help myself get back on my own 2 feet again.
No, this was about money. Huh. You deserve to have no money, Randy, so I wouldn't want you getting spoiled by anyone. It was you, after all, that made your life the way it is now, right? So stop whining about not having money when you asked for it in the first place. Haha.
After that, Randy wasn't only thrown out of the wedding and never let back into it, but after throwing a huge fit in front of the wedding hall, the police came and gave him a citation for public disturbance. And after that, Liz and her family told the police that he'd been causing trouble for them all day, and now he's not allowed anywhere near them or else the police will arrest him as Liz, her husband, and her daughter all put a restraining order on him. Once that had all played out, Randy was still left with a large amount of debt, and slowly began to fall victim to it. I think he's finally starting to regret everything he did in the end to Liz and her daughter. But to be honest, him regretting things now is way too late, and he should have been regretting what he's done a whole lot sooner when he may still have a chance with Liz.
Eve! Long time no see, my friend! It's me, Kinley. Have you been keeping together pretty well? I know it's been a few years now, but I wanted to make sure you're still doing okay. I've been pretty busy recently with my fiancé being all romantic and such. So I'm sorry for not getting back to you about my life. I'm sure you've been really lonely without me, right? It's not like any of us from that friend group have really been hanging out anymore, right? Probably because me being all of your guys' best friend really left everyone feeling lonely. No, actually, I've been quite alright. And so have the rest of us, I think. And it has been a long time now, hasn't it? What are you wanting to talk with me about right now? Well, thank you so much for asking. And well, really soon here, I'm going to be getting married to my fiancé. What? That's right. Well, congratulations for that. What? Thank you so much. You still seem not to have a man of your own right now, correct? I'm so sorry having to tell you such heartbreaking news as this. You really don't like to hear about this, do you? I'm sure you're barely holding yourself together now, right? No, I'm fine, actually. But about the whole having a boyfriend thing, I still don't have one. However, to me, I'm not really that interested in getting married at the moment. I've been up to other things with my life, and I'm actually quite pleased with the way things have been going for me. Oh, really? Well, that's great to hear. If you were about to tell me you didn't want to hear anything about me getting married, I was going to feel really awkward about this conversation. The wedding will be on the 3rd Saturday at 8 a.m., so please come out to see me. I'll send you the location of the venue later, alright? What? You're talking about that? Well, around that time, I still don't really have any plans. I'm sure you don't, right? So please make sure to come on out to my wedding for me. And as a gift, you being my friend and all, I'd like around $500, please. Wait, are you really supposed to be asking for something like that from me right now? Well, of course I'm supposed to be. After all, when it comes to you, you happen to be a bit slow a lot of the time. If I weren't to ask you for the amount now, you would never be able to figure things out. That's why I made sure to tell you the amount I'm expecting from you. You're pretty old now, so you should have the money to give some to me, right? Wait, that wasn't the problem I was referring to just then. Ah, another thing. You've always been really good at painting and things like that, right? You were into things like design and stuff as well? What? Well, currently I'm working in design, so... You sure are! Then, could you please go ahead and make up the welcome board that we can show outside my venue for all the guests? When it comes to what design to go with, do something that you know will make me very happy. What? Wait, something like that is fine, but I'm not really sure what you'd want to have on it, right? By the way, how much would you like to spend on the welcome board for your wedding? What? Come on now, it should be free for me, right? You and I are best friends after all, so you do all of that for free, right? Wait, you're calling us best friends? So you like to only use that term when it applies to benefiting you. I guess I can make something small up for you, but when it comes to the raw materials, I'm going to need some money to make it look decent. If you're wanting it for free, well... What? I am getting married, aren't I? Yet for some reason, you're not wanting to celebrate that about me at all. Are you asking the bride to have to send you some money for that? Why are you making it sound like I'm in the wrong for asking? I'm talking about the welcome board that you want for your wedding. And if you want it to be good, well, you're gonna have to pay a little bit for the good materials. I was just trying to ask you the important information. And if you're wanting it to be good for me, then you go and get those materials with your own money. You think of a design that suits me, and then you make that happen. Remember that it's meant to be like a present for me. So you're going to make something gorgeous for me, right? I promise to tell everyone at the wedding that you were the one that made it. That way you'll be getting some free advertising out of it. What? This is not all about that, though. What is it then? Are you planning to still act all stingy about wanting some money for my present? Come on already. Don't go out trying to disappoint me or anything here. That's right. I've made sure to invite all kinds of other people to my wedding. All of our best friends from our best friend group. Considering that it's been so long since we've all seen each other, I hope you're really looking forward to my wedding. What? Our best friend group? Hold on. Don't just say something like that about people I'm not even sure about. Why does it even matter to you when you're being invited to my wedding just like the rest of them? I just ask that you look good while you're there, and I mean cute good. Unlike you, I'm having to still plan a bunch more out, which is a tough feat for me, right? And because of that, I'm busy right now with some things, so I'll see you later. And on the day of the wedding, make sure to come there early, please. I need you to set up that welcome board for me. I look forward to seeing you then. What? Wait a second, Kinley. I told you not to go on like that without listening to what I have left to say. Come on. Where are you right now, Eve? Where is my welcome board that you promised me? What? What are you talking about right now, Kinley? Wait, don't tell me you're seriously still on your way here right now. I told you to come here early before, didn't I? You need to be here to set up that welcome board that I asked you to make for me. Wait a second. I'm not going to your wedding today. Now that you mention it, it's supposed to be today. Huh? Are you really saying that you're going to skip out on my wedding last minute? No, don't call this me skipping out last minute or anything. Skipping out on your best friend's wedding like that last minute makes you such a terrible person. I asked you to make and bring me a welcome board, didn't I? How are you going to make all of this right for me? Wait, the thing is that I never once got an official invitation from you. What? What are you talking about? I invited you to my wedding before. Well, you did tell me something or another about your wedding and everything. But you were just telling me the date and time of your wedding and nothing else about it. I never got an actual invitation, so there was nowhere for me to even RSVP to. And when I asked about it, you never once replied to me. Which means in the end, I was never able to say anything to you about me actually coming or not. Huh? Are you actually saying something like that to me right now? I am being as serious as I can be right now. Did you ever go out and send me an invitation in the mail, or at the very least by email? What are you even talking about? In the mail? You wanted me to send you an invitation through the mail? I just went and sent everyone texts saying when my wedding would be. That should have been more than enough in order to get them to come, right? Not really. I get that recently a lot of people have been doing invitations for their wedding online and such, but that's usually through an online link or an email. All you did was send out a couple of texts saying that the wedding was on this date at this time and nothing else. Please don't call something like that the only kind of invitation you were able to send out. You're lying, right? Are you just trying to mess with me right now? A prank or something? Are you just trying to pull a fast one on me right now to try and get me a little bit worked up on my big day? You really are the most absent-minded person I've ever known, Kinley. Wait, does that mean there will literally be none of your guests coming today for your wedding then? Wow, having a wedding with none of your guests there is pretty sad. Are you really saying something like that to me? Wait, so are you really not coming today? What about the welcome board we talked about? Now that I think about it, I asked Rachel and them to all come to work the front desk. They're all coming here, aren't they? I have no idea if they're coming there or not. How about you go and ask them all about this instead of me? The best I can say about the rest of them is that they're all not going to be coming today. From what I know about them, all since they're my close friends, you asking them to come out to your wedding meant nothing to them, and they won't be going. Huh? What did you just mean by that? Don't tell me that you all did this on purpose! Listen to me. I have nothing to do with what you're going through right now. This is all happening to you because you never actually sent a proper invitation out to any of your guests. And when I was going out with Rachel and all the others for dinner, we started to talk about you. They all wanted to know if we had been invited by you or not. And that's when everyone in the group said that they'd gotten some text from you, but they didn't know where the venue was or anything. We all had no idea what you were really going on about at the time. Wait, so you have all been going out to dinner and such together? So you're saying you've been keeping me out of the loop and meeting up with one another? Hold up. I really have no idea where the root of your misunderstanding lies here. It's not that we've been keeping you out of the loop. Rather, you've never been a part of this group of friends to begin with. So why would we be talking with you about anything? What? What do you mean? The only one who seems to think that this group is filled with all her friends is you. You even called us your best friend group, right? Well, to all of us, you're not a part of us. You're lying about that, right? Saying something like that about me right now? Don't you feel like a total asshole for saying something like that on my wedding day of all days? Well, the only reason I'm being outright with you about it all right now is because if you're not told things directly, you never seem to get the hint. This whole time, you just assumed that you were best friends of ours, and that we were all your best friends. Think about that a little bit more, please. You think we all think highly of you after years of you being a total jerk to us? And when I say jerk, I really mean a thief. You're calling me a thief? None of that was my fault. The man who had fallen in love with me is to blame for all of that. Sure. Say what you will then. You always say things like that and think that's a good enough reason to not be blamed for what you've done. But whenever we look at it, you were always the one asking for them to go out with you all the time. And when you say that you haven't been doing that, we never, ever believe you. There's no way this can be happening! Just because I'm cute? You're all assholes! Go on. Say whatever makes you feel better about your actions. I'm sorry, but the rest of us aren't going to bother with you and your misunderstanding of things anymore. Instead of always caring about your friends and their feelings, you were more into acting like a whore around men. And that led every single one of us to stop thinking about you as a friend, and definitely not as a best friend. That's why, when you started to text all of us about your wedding earlier, we were all in shock. What the hell? Saying so many mean things like that? There's no way! The fact that you were all saying things like that about me? I was really looking forward to seeing all of you at my wedding today. If you really wanted us to hang out with you again, then maybe you should have stopped being such a whore around all of our men and built friendships with us. I get it. But please, come to my wedding right now. I really have none of my guests showing up to this wedding right now. My fiancé is getting really upset with me. If you all don't come here, then I'll be in big trouble. If he starts to talk about how he doesn't want to get married to me anymore, I'm going to be in really huge trouble. That all kind of serves you right, doesn't it? How you end up after none of your guests come today has nothing to do with all of us. This is the fruit that the seeds you planted with us long ago have grown. Why would you say something like that about me? I get it, for real now. You all don't have any money, and that's why you guys wouldn't be able to give me those gifts, right? Well then how about this? You guys don't have to bring me money anymore and can still come. So please, come here. That's not the kind of issue we have with you right now. None of us are wanting to use our valuable time going out to your wedding to celebrate a jerk like you. That's all. Don't think you're going to have even me showing up today, when you were the one that never listened to me and laid your filthy hands all over the man I loved. That's all stuff from the past, Eve. I'm asking you to please, please, please come here right now. I told you, I'm not coming. Now you're starting to get on my nerves. I hope that your wedding and marriage are a thing of the past right here and now, you bitch.
It's been a while, Eve. This is me, Jacob. It's been a while, Eve. I'm sure you still remember who I am, right? I used to be in the class above you?
What? Jacob? Why are you talking to me after so many years? It really has been so long now, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I'm glad to be hearing from you again, and thankfully you still remember who I am after so many years of never talking. Anyway, I wanted to ask about a friend of yours. You have a friend that goes by the name of Kinley, right? I woke up this morning to loads of calls on my phone that came in from her. It seems that today is the day of her wedding or something. I have no idea why she would want to be calling me about all of that, though. So I wanted to ask you about it since you're probably going there today, right?
What? She was trying to get you to go there as well, Jacob? That woman really does talk to so many people at once then, doesn't she?
Wait, what do you mean by that?
Just a second ago, she was talking with me about her wedding today. Apparently, she wanted to invite all kinds of people to her wedding today, but all she was sending was texts about the time of her wedding to everyone, but nothing else. However, she thought that that was an invitation to her guests, and never said anything else to any of us. She never sent out physical invitations or even emails or links to digital ones, so nobody's going to her wedding today at all. And well, then that led to her getting upset at me and asking me where everyone, including myself, was at.
What? Can someone really manage something that stupid? So she never had any of her guests come today and is freaking out now trying to invite anyone that's in her contacts? She must really need to have guests there today right now then.
I believe so. That's how it all felt when she was talking with me about it. I have no plans of going today, and that's left her freaking the hell out. And it seems that her fiancé is now getting upset with her over it.
Well, I'm sure he would be. But weren't you pretty close with her back in the day? Are you sure it's all right for you to not go to your friend's wedding?
Wait. I was never really that close to her at all. She was the kind of whore that thought she could do anything she wanted with all the men around her, even if they were dating her friends. And she did the same thing to my friend group. When everyone knew what she was doing, we all stopped talking to her, and that was the end of it.
Wow, so that's how things went down back then? I guess there was a bit of her that made me think she liked hanging around men all the time. But I assumed she also had you and your group as really close friends. And well, I thought that since she was good friends of yours, she'd be a good person too. But she was never your friend back then?
Not at all. That whore would never be a friend of any of us. And that's why my group all said that even if she had sent out invitations to us, we wouldn't have gone. We actually spent a whole dinner talking about her. She really got in the way of all of our love lives back in the day. We were all furious with her before we stopped talking to her.
Oh, I bet you all were. Wait, back in the day, she came up to me saying that she was a friend of yours and that she wanted to date me for a while. Does that mean a certain someone I know had a crush on me back then?
Wait, about that. Well, we don't have to talk about that, right? That's all in the past now. The far past, actually.
What? I would really like to know if that's true. And the fact that you reacted like that means you pretty much gave the secret that you had a crush on me away. I feel really happy to hear that, actually. Had you actually been able to confess those feelings and gone out with me then, I would have been very happy. Even now, as a matter of fact.
Wait, what are you going on about right now? Could you please stop joking about something from back in high school?
I'm not joking about how I'd feel, though. Wow, it's a bit too late to be saying things like this now, though, but... Hey, if you don't mind this at all, how about we go out sometime for something to eat? And of course, I'll be paying. I could take you out somewhere with some amazing food if you like. The fact that we've gotten back in touch like this means there has to still be something there.
Wait, are you sure about that? Of course I'd love to go out to eat with you.
Awesome! I can send you a list of the days I'm free, so take a look at it and let me know what day works for you.
Sure thing. Thank you so much, Jacob. You can't be that upset with me after I've done nothing at all, right? Seeing you try and trip me down those stairs and then missing and falling down yourself? What the hell did you think you were doing there? I laughed so hard hearing you scream. How were you able to dodge me like that? Did you learn some kind of martial arts or something? Please, I'd never get into something like martial arts. It's just that when I turned around, I saw you trying to stick your foot out at me, and I dodged you as you moved forward. I didn't even have to really move, though, is the thing. And at first, I really didn't know who you were because I couldn't see you quickly enough. Well, had you not moved aside like that, I wouldn't have to be at the bottom of these stairs in pain. You should be the one who got hurt. I kind of thought something was up with you messaging me about wanting to meet up and apologize. And of course, there was something up with that. You were thinking about injuring me using that staircase today. I get that you will forever hate me for no reason, but I didn't think you'd actually try to hurt me physically over it. It's because of you that I was never able to get married. I was a real idiot for inviting a bitch like you to my wedding in the first place. And the fact that you never told me anything about how to invite people makes you a total asshole. Hey, don't start blaming other people for you ending up as stupid as you are at this age. The fact that you didn't even know about how to send out simple wedding invites is something even I know about, and I'm not even interested in marriage. I didn't know a thing about it, though. I had never been to someone else's wedding yet, and I myself had never been taught what to do. So I really had no idea how to tell everyone that they were invited to come to my wedding. I knew that I at least had to tell of my guests to come and such, but I didn't want to pay for anything, so I thought texting everyone would be good enough. By the way, actually, Rachel is already married. What? What do you mean? Rachel had her wedding years ago now, and has been with her man in a new house. Which means that there have been some people around you who got married. Just, they never wanted to invite you to their wedding, and that's why you were never aware of it. But you can't be blaming any of this on her now, because you were the one that set yourself up to not be invited. What? She already had a wedding and everything? You're lying about Rachel, right? You think I'd really be saying all of this as part of a lie? Sure, she was a bit early in terms of getting married, but she found herself a really good man, and they both wanted to tie the knot. Ah, that's right. When it comes to me, because of you, I was able to find someone I haven't talked to in so long, and we're going out to eat together. Huh? What are you going on about now? You went and tried calling Jacob over and over again, right? You were trying so hard to get him to your wedding, right? You really must have had no shame at that point to be able to say things like that to him. Why the hell do you know about all of that? I got a text from Jacob, and he was talking about your wedding with me. He had some questions about it, which then led to us talking some more about our pasts, and then he invited me to go out to eat with him. We already went out for coffee once this week for just an hour, and it seems he doesn't have a partner at the moment. And also, I'm going to consider this upcoming dinner as our first date. So, for giving me this chance with Jacob again, thank you.
Huh? I'm not going to allow you to become the only one of us becoming happy. And all because of me?
Back in the day, you were the reason why I lost Jacob, after you jumped in and took him away for a bit. But at the time, he had himself a girlfriend, and so he had to turn you down over and over again, right? However, right now he has nobody, so I'm going in to make sure he stays mine. And if you try and take him away from me this time, it's way too late. He knows the kind of bitch that you are and is not interested in you at all.
Screw you, Eve! I just lost my job in the company's layoffs, and so now I have nothing left but sadness and darkness. You becoming happy instead of me? I'm not going to allow it.
I don't give a damn what you allow, Kinley. And once you've been taken to the hospital in your sad condition, the police will be taking you into their custody. There were 3 people that saw you trying to trip me down those stairs as I came up, so please go peacefully with the police when they show up. And then you can continue your descent into hell with them. Bitches like you are only good for one thing, and that's going to hell in order to hopefully learn your lesson. After that, Kinley tried to make a break for it with one badly broken leg before the ambulance arrived, but stumbled over right in front of a police cruiser, which then picked her up and took her away. From there, I don't know all the details about what happened with her, but what I heard through some rumors is that she ended up having to pay a lot in hospital fees after her treatment, as well as get questioned by the police, and then went home to an eviction notice. She was never paying any of her bills there, and that put her on the streets before she knew it, where she is now living as a homeless woman. As for myself, after going on a few dates with Jacob, we both started to talk about marriage, and are on a path towards that. It's all because of Kinley that this relationship with Jacob was even made possible, and for some time, I will be thankful towards her for that.
Hey, how much are you getting from the inheritance?
What?
I mean, your dad's inheritance. As the head of such a big company, he must have left behind a significant amount, right?
Are you serious? We're in the middle of the funeral. Don't you think it's disrespectful to talk about that right now?
Come on, he's already gone. So why would it be disrespectful? It's not like I'd have asked about it while he was alive. That'd make it seem like I was only after his money, right?
I really don't understand how you can be so casual about this. You, of all people, should know everything he did for you. So stop disrespecting him like this.
Look, he's already gone, so saying he did a lot for me doesn't mean anything now. Can't you understand that?
Just stop it, okay? I want to focus on being next to my father right now.
Why? Just tell me how much you're getting from the inheritance. I visited him at the hospital too, didn't I? I did my part in looking after him. And didn't he like me quite a lot?
Yes, he did think highly of you. But if he knew you were only interested in his inheritance, don't you think he'd be heartbroken, even up there in heaven? Imagine how much sadness he'd feel, seeing his daughter's husband only caring about his money.
I'm only asking how much the inheritance is. I held off asking this whole time, didn't I? So just tell me already.
At this time? Wait, are you telling me that's what you've been after with me this whole time?
Just tell me. There's a car I want to buy. I need to put a down payment on it before someone else gets it.
You know what? I won't be receiving anything. I'm sorry, but I'm actually just a stepchild, so my share is 0.
Wait a second. What do you mean by that?
I told you, I'm my late mother's child from her previous marriage. I have no right to an inheritance from my stepfather. Not that I was ever expecting to get anything in the first place.
You're a stepchild? Wait, hold on. Are you serious? So you're really getting nothing from him?
Yes, I never wanted it to begin with.
Are you kidding me? I want that inheritance. How am I supposed to buy that luxury car now? How am I supposed to get it?
Why don't you buy it with your own money? And stop shouting already. You're not even a family member.
What the hell are you talking about, not a family member? Do you even know why I married a boring woman like you in the first place?
What?
Your father's inheritance. And now I found out that because you're a stepchild, you're getting absolutely nothing? I married an old lady for this? What a waste. You're worthless to me now. Just get out.
Get out? This is a funeral home, you know. You don't have the right to tell me to leave.
I don't care about rights. I'm telling you to get out. If there's no inheritance for you, then you're useless to me. Since you're a stepchild and get nothing, what about your sister?
My sister is his biological daughter, so...
That means she'll be getting something, right? She's the one I need to talk to. You, on the other hand, can just go home.
Stop it. Don't ruin this funeral. Can't you just act with some decency for once? And don't bring my sister into this. She doesn't deserve any of this chaos.
Shut up. Stop whining already. Just go home. Otherwise, I'll use force if I have to. And it won't be just you. I'll turn this entire funeral into a circus.
Please stop. There's no point in causing trouble here. There's no need to bother innocent people who have nothing to do with this, is there?
Innocent people? All your stupid relatives are involved in this. They're all responsible. You're all joking if you think I won't get that inheritance.
Fine. If I leave, will you calm down? I'll go if that's what you want. Just please calm down.
Yeah, you're the biggest annoyance here. You've ruined my life. Don't ever show your face to me again.
Are you sure you won't regret this?
Regret? No way. I only regret marrying you, that's all. One way or another, I'll get my hands on that inheritance. I didn't go through all the trouble of marrying a woman way older than me just to walk away empty-handed.
Older? I had no idea you could be this horrible. Hey, Skipper's been messaging me nonstop. It's seriously getting on my nerves. What's his deal? Did something happen that I don't know about? Already? I'm really sorry about that, Avery. He keeps talking about inheritance of all things. Isn't that disturbing? Who even brings that up at a funeral? It feels completely out of place, like he doesn't even realize where he is. Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like he married me solely because he thought he'd gain access to my dad's inheritance. Looking back, there were definitely times that made me feel something was a bit off, like he was prioritizing the wrong things. But I never imagined he'd be so rotten, let alone it would come to this. So he didn't even know that you aren't your dad's biological child? He went into this whole marriage without knowing? That's right, I never brought it up. It just didn't seem relevant before, and he probably tried not to get too involved in any family talk on purpose, just so I wouldn't catch on to his intentions. And he'd been carefully waiting for this moment, I guess, counting down to this day, only for it to backfire on him when he found out I don't have the right to inherit anything. Now that he's aware there's no money coming my way, it seems he's completely losing it. Wow, that's so selfish of him. He's really just after money then, with zero consideration for anything else. Anyway, where are you right now? Did you manage to get away? He wouldn't stop yelling at me to leave the funeral hall. It got so bad that it seemed like he was ready to make a huge scene if I didn't. So for now, I've stepped outside, just to avoid him turning everything into a mess right in front of everyone. Well, if he's acting like that, it's probably a good idea to steer clear for now. He's obviously on edge and not thinking straight. It's fine. Besides, the funeral's almost over anyway, so why don't you go on home first? I'll stay here and take care of everything that needs wrapping up. Don't worry about it. But what are you going to do about Skipper? He doesn't sound like he'll leave you alone. Oh, as for him? Don't worry, I'll handle that too. I'll have a little talk with him and get him to leave. Trust me on this, alright? Alright. I'm sorry to trouble you with all of this, and thank you, really. Hey, don't mention it. It's the least I can do. But still, I can't believe the situation. Your dad just passed, and now you can't even get a proper chance to say goodbye because of that man. I'm sure your dad is looking down from heaven, and when he sees what Skipper's trying to do, he won't let him get away with it. Karma's coming, one way or another. First I lose my father, and now my husband shows his true colors, turning into someone completely different. This is way more than I can handle.
Hey, what the hell is going on here? Seriously? I saw it on TV. You're the heir to Yamada Trading? What does that even mean?
You saw it, so I assume you understand. My father passed away, and I'm stepping in as the next president of the company. That's all there is to it.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Why didn't you tell me any of this?
It wasn't decided yet, so I didn't tell anyone. But my father's will named me as a successor. I'm going to honor his wishes. And considering we're getting divorced, this doesn't concern you.
Hold on a second. If you're the heir to Yamada Trading, then this changes everything. We need to cancel the divorce. I mean, wouldn't that be better for you too?
Oh, now you want to say this? You're so selfish. The only reason you married me in the first place was to get a hold of my father's inheritance. Isn't that right?
No, it wasn't like that. Look, I just lost my cool and said things I didn't mean. But come on, I would never actually think that way. I love you, alright? I swear it.
Don't insult me. If you truly loved me, you wouldn't have done what you did. Even yesterday, after I left, you went and caused trouble for my sister too, didn't you?
Trouble? I wasn't causing trouble. She's the one who said she'd share the inheritance with me.
What?
Come on, I was there for your father. I visited him in the hospital, didn't I? And I even brought him expensive gifts. I have just as much rights to some of the inheritance.
So you're telling me that my sister really said she'd split the inheritance with you?
Yeah, she did. That's why she didn't put up a fuss yesterday. Then this morning I turned on the TV and see they were talking about how the president of Yamada Trading had passed away.
And that's how you found out I'd be succeeding him, huh? Whatever the case may be, I've already made up my mind to go through with the divorce.
Don't be ridiculous. Come on, it's fine now, right? We can just start over, can't we?
If my sister's going to share the inheritance with you, then you don't have any reason to stick around. So stop coming near me.
Listen, I have a dream, alright? I want to help people who are less fortunate all around the world. I want to bring happiness to those who need it most. With a company as big as Yamada Trading, I think I could actually make that dream come true.
So, what are you trying to say?
I'm saying, let me be a part of Yamada Trading as an executive. That way, I'll be closer to making my dreams a reality. I want to bring joy around the world. I want to work towards world peace. My true dream.
How shameless can you be? All you really want is a handout because my father's inheritance isn't coming to you the way you'd hoped. Just yesterday, you were having a tantrum, calling me a useless old hag who wasn't good for anything.
I know, I regret that. I wasn't myself at that moment, I promise. But look, don't you think it's actually a good thing for Yamada Trading to get involved in charitable causes? It would improve the company's public image, and it might even help attract more business.
Oh, really? Don't you think my father would have already considered that? Here's a wake-up call for you. He did. My father was deeply committed to charitable work while he was alive. Yamada Trading is so well known for its charity work that it's practically part of its brand image now. He even spent his own time volunteering. You say you're serious about world peace, but you didn't even know this about my father?
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, wait, no! I did know that. It's just now that your father has passed, someone else has to take over.
Why are you still trying to act like this? It's pitiful. No matter how you try to dress it up, what you did at the funeral isn't going to disappear. Every single one of my family members saw it, and none of them trust you anymore. Whatever respect you managed to earn from my father is completely gone.
What? What's that supposed to mean? Are you saying you told the entire family about what happened yesterday?
Of course I did. I don't owe you anything. Thanks to your little outburst, all the time and effort you spent trying to win over my father was completely wasted.
You arrogant piece of... How dare you talk to me like this? Just get back together with me already.
Absolutely not. No matter what you say, I've made my decision. And frankly, no one's on your side anymore.
Oh, that's not true. Your sister promised she'd split the inheritance with me, remember? She's reasonable, unlike you. It's clear she's truly her father's daughter. She's nothing like you, the illegitimate one.
Is that supposed to be an insult?
No, I'm just stating the facts. Anyway, once I get the inheritance, I'll start making plans from here. I'll get you to reconsider this divorce. I'm not giving up that easily.
Fine. Do whatever you want.
Hey, about what happened yesterday. Can I come by now to collect my share?
Huh? Are you talking about the inheritance?
Of course! You're going to give me a share, right? That's why I left quietly yesterday. I didn't expect you to keep your promise.
Of course, I'll keep my promise. You've come to see my father in the hospital after all.
Yeah, of course I did. Your dad really liked me. He probably recognized me as well. So, just give me the amount that reflects that. I'm counting on you.
The amount that reflects your contributions, huh? Sure, I can do that. So, how should I hand it over?
I'll come over now. Your relatives are still there, right? It seems like there are some bad rumors about me going around, so I need your help to clear that up. Vivian did something unnecessary, it seems.
Okay, then I'll introduce you to my relatives.
That would really help. It's good to see that we can communicate well. You're truly the daughter of the president of Yamada Trading after all. Just like I expected. It's nice to know we're on the same page.
Right? I want to ensure everything goes smoothly. It's important that everyone sees you in a good light, especially after all the misunderstandings that have happened.
Exactly. I appreciate you looking out for me. After all, we need to keep our relationship strong. This inheritance can mean a lot for both of us.
I understand. It's not just about the money. It's about our connection and how we can support each other moving forward. Let's make sure everything is handled professionally.
Definitely. I trust you to help me navigate this situation. With your support, I think we can turn things around.
Good. Let's get this sorted out. I'm glad we're working together on this.
Hey! What was that all about? You said you shared the inheritance with me, right?
I did share it, didn't I?
$15? Are you serious? That's just insulting. You gotta be kidding me. Give me more.
But you said you wanted an appropriate amount, didn't you? So that's what I gave you, an appropriate amount. Honestly, $15 is more than enough. You should be thanking me for that.
How can you even justify giving me just $15? I want a reasonable explanation for this. Otherwise...
Otherwise what? You're going to try and intimidate me? Just like you did when you backed down in front of the relatives yesterday? You only came to visit my father twice while he was in the hospital. So, that's how I calculated the transportation cost. $7 for a round trip twice. I even added a little extra just to be nice.
You're insulting me.
You're the one acting like a big shot after just 2 visits. That's what's really ridiculous.
But I had a good relationship with him long before he got sick. But wait, is there no will?
What?
There must be a will that includes my name. Even if it's not about the inheritance, I should at least get something. After all, I was trusted by your father.
Your name is not on the will. If it was, believe me, I would have let you know.
No way! You're all just hiding the fact that my name is there. You're a bunch of cowards. All of you related to Yamada Corporation. I might as well report you all.
Go ahead and do what you want. But just so you know, my father didn't like you at all.
What?
He thought you were a shallow man. He was worried about Vivian. You probably don't even know that. That's why I kept a close eye on Vivian. I didn't trust you, and I figured it was better to be safe than sorry.
No, it can't be right. He told me all sorts of things.
It's easy to pretend to get along without stepping on anyone's toes, you know. My father was a genuine businessman. The fact that your name isn't in the will is the best proof of that. If you think I'm lying, I can call a lawyer to confirm it for you.
So you're saying you're all just a family of liars?
Huh?
Exactly. You've just been playing my emotions, making me think there was something there. You guys are nothing but dirty thieves. hoarding the inheritance for yourselves. I'm going to post about this online.
Is that all you can do? If you're feeling brave, why don't you come over and confront us in person?
Huh, there's no need for that. I'll make sure you all are ruined. Just you wait.
So, you can only act tough with women, huh? How impressive. Well then, good luck with your plan to destroy us.
You bastard! You have to understand, this isn't just about money. It's about respect. I thought I meant something to your family. I thought I was trusted and valued, not just some random outsider looking for a handout.
What did you expect? You've always been on the outside looking in. You think 2 visits to the hospital make you a member of the family? It doesn't work that way.
But I was there for your father when he needed help. I stood by him. That should count for something.
You were there for him, yes, but don't you see? It wasn't just about being physically present. It was about genuine love and commitment, something you clearly lack. You're just trying to cash in on a relationship that wasn't what you thought it was.
You have no idea what I've done for him, the support I provided, the comfort I gave him during his worst days. That meant something to him, even if you can't see it.
No, all you see is a potential for profit. You can't hide that from me. It's painfully obvious. And you know what? This attitude of entitlement is why you'll never get anything from my family.
How dare you? You could just dismiss me like that? I'll make sure everyone knows what kind of family you really are.
Go ahead. No one is going to believe your lies. They know you for what you really are. A leech trying to drain the last bit of goodwill from my father's memory.
You're going to regret this, I swear. You'll pay for underestimating me.
You're really going to threaten me now? That's rich. You should learn how to deal with your own emotions instead of trying to lash out at me. You're just making yourself look pathetic.
I'm not done with this. You think you won? I'll fight back, and I'll make sure everyone knows the truth about your so-called generosity.
Good luck with that. I'll be here, living my life while you waste yours plotting revenge. You're only digging your own grave.
You haven't seen the last of me. I'll prove to everyone that you're just a bunch of frauds.
Then bring it on. I'm ready for whatever you've got. Just know that this isn't the end. This is just the beginning, and I won't back down.
Hey, please, I'm begging you, don't abandon me. I really regret everything.
This is all your fault, you know. You tried to accuse my family, and now look where that's got you. Everything's backfired on you.
Please, just call off the divorce. You know, I thought I'd be getting some inheritance, so I went ahead and bought a lot of things on my credit card.
What?
The car you know I wanted? I've actually signed the contract for it. If things keep going like this, I'm going to go bankrupt. I'll be drowning in debt. On top of that, after that scandal, they cut ties with me at the company. And all my friends are drifting away. It's all falling apart.
Well, that's a natural consequence, isn't it?
Don't say something so cold. Please, I'm not asking for the inheritance anymore, but at least don't abandon me.
So is that why you wanted the inheritance so badly? But someone like you, who only married me for my family's wealth, doesn't deserve my help. If you keep bothering me about this, I will take legal action.
Come on, you weren't always this heartless, were you? What are you pretending to be strong for? The you I know would help me out.
I need to keep it together for my father's sake. I have to be strong as a daughter and as the next president of the company.
Damn it! Please, I'm begging you, help me out. Just one more time, let's...
No way. I've lost so much by marrying someone like you. I've made a terrible mistake marrying a person as low as you.
What? You think I'm this slow? What am I supposed to do now?
How should I know? That's not my problem. Oh wait, with the $15 you got, you could spread some smiles around the world, right? And that was your dream, wasn't it?
I don't need your sarcasm right now. You think this is funny? I'm in real trouble here. You have no idea what I'm going through.
Oh, I know exactly what you're going through. You're the one who got yourself into this mess. You thought you could just ride on my family's coattails and live the high life without consequences. Well, guess what? It doesn't work that way.
Listen, I made some mistakes, but I thought we could work things out. I thought you would understand.
Understand? Understand what? That you thought it was okay to betray me and my family? You thought I'd just sit back and let you take advantage of us?
I wasn't trying to betray anyone. I made a mistake, but I'm still the same person you fell in love with.
Really? The person I fell in love with wouldn't have done what you did. They wouldn't have put me in this position. You've changed, and not for the better.
I'm begging you. Just give me a chance to prove I can change. I'll do anything. Just please don't leave me like this.
And what would that change entail? You've shown me who you really are. Why would I want to be around someone who only thinks about themselves and their own needs?
'Cause I love you. Still care about you, even if I messed up.
Love? You think love is enough to fix all this? It's not enough when you hurt me and disrespected everything we've built together.
I didn't mean to hurt you. Can't we just forget about everything and start fresh?
Start fresh? You really think that's possible? After everything you've done? After all the damage you've caused? It's not that easy, and I can't just erase the past.
Please think about it. I promise I'll make it right. Just give me one more chance.
You think I haven't thought about it? Every day I wish things could go back to how they were, but I know they can't. You've burned that bridge.
You can't be serious. Thought we had something special.
You thought wrong. It's not special when it's built on lies and manipulation. You need to face the truth about who you are.
I'm begging you. I'll do better. Just don't give up on me.
I'm done with this conversation. You need to figure out your own life. I can't keep getting dragged down by your mistakes.
No, please, I need you. You're my only hope.
Your hope? You had hope when you were using me for my family's money. You need to find a way to stand on your own 2 feet without relying on me.
But I can't do it without you. I don't know how.
You need to grow up and take responsibility for your actions. This is your life now, and it's time for you to face the consequences. How did it go? Were you able to properly wrap things up? Yeah, the divorce has been finalized successfully. At first, he was yelling quite a bit, but it seems like he has lost his energy now. He was like a child resisting a shot, huh? But you did well. It's a tough time as it is. No, it's thanks to you. Besides, the one who's really suffering is you, right? As a nurse, you've been facing your father's situation all this time. What are you talking about? Unlike you, I'm holding it together. This isn't going to get to me. Avery, you don't have to worry about me. You managed to handle everything yourself this time, right? So you should prioritize yourself a little too. Our father told me that Vivian doesn't have good judgment about people, so I should keep an eye on you. What? Our father saw right through that man from the very beginning. That's why I couldn't just leave you to deal with it alone. Really? If that was the case, you should have told me. Who could say the man you married is a jerk? But now that it's all settled, it turned out okay in the end. Yeah, so you don't have to worry about me. You can cry if you want. What are you saying? I'm not going to cry in front of you, the scaredy cat. After my divorce was finalized, Skippy left town. This marked the beginning of a tumultuous chapter in his life, where everything he once knew began to unravel. He quickly found himself trapped in what could only be described as debt hell. The term seems fitting, conjuring images of a deep, dark pit from which escape feels impossible. It wasn't merely financial distress that he faced. The consequences of his actions led to the loss of many friendships in a scandal that erupted. Those who once stood by his side seemed to vanish overnight, leaving him isolated and vulnerable. The emotional fallout from losing friends can be just as damaging as any financial setback. Friends are often seen as a support system, a safety net that cushions life's harsh blows. For Skippy, the absence of the safety net must have been incredibly painful. It seems that he found himself in a situation where, when he needed help the most, not a single person reached out to offer support. The emptiness of that realization must have been profound, forcing him to confront a painful truth. He had believed he had a strong social network, yet when faced with adversity, he was alone. Moreover, it became apparent that Skippy felt entirely cut off from his family. In times of crises, many people turn to their families for love and support. However, for him, that option was non-existent. He couldn't even return to his parents' home for comfort or refuge, which must have felt like a devastating betrayal of the familial bonds he once took for granted. Instead of a warm embrace or understanding conversation, he faced a stark and lonely reality. The concept of home, which should represent safety and security, transformed into a painful reminder of his failures. Eventually, he found himself living a life without a home. The transition from having a stable living situation to being homeless is jarring and deeply traumatic. This change signifies more than just a loss of physical space. It reflects a profound loss of identity and stability. Living without a home signifies being adrift, lacking the anchors that usually provide direction and purpose. For someone like Skippy, who once believed himself to be well-liked and respected, the experience of homelessness must have shattered his self-image. Throughout his life, Skippy always harbored a belief in his personal charm and likability. He likely thought that his charisma could carry him through any rough patch, enabling him to maintain relationships even in the face of adversity. However, this harsh reality must have forced him to confront a different truth. When the going got tough, no one came to his aid. The absence of support must have been a bitter pill to swallow. It likely stung deeply to recognize that no one was there for him in his time of need. Such realizations can be incredibly humbling, leading one to reflect on the depth and authenticity of their relationships. In moments of crises, it becomes crucial to examine how connections are built. Skippy might have been left questioning how many of those relationships were genuine and how many were merely superficial. Such reflections are often painful and can lead to a reevaluation of one's self-worth and the impact of their actions on others. The absence of support during his darkest moments undoubtedly forced him to confront the fragility of his social ties. Meanwhile, I find myself grappling with the fact that I, too, was once deceived by a man like Skippy. I invested considerable hope and faith in him, believing wholeheartedly in his dreams and aspirations. I supported him, thinking he would rise above his challenges and become a better person. To realize that I had been misled by his charm is a difficult realization. It stings to think that I allowed myself to be swept up in his narrative, trusting in his promises only to discover they were empty. The shame of being deceived by someone who ultimately proved to be unreliable weighs heavily on me. It's disheartening to confront the fact that I, too, can be vulnerable to the allure of charm and charisma. I had invested my emotions and trust in someone who was not deserving of it, and that realization is a bitter pill to swallow. This embarrassment makes me reflect on my choices and question my judgment. As I navigate my current role as the next president of Yamada Corporation, I am faced with my own set of challenges. My days are filled with meetings, decisions, and responsibilities that seem to come from every direction. The pressures associated with this position are immense, and there are moments when I feel as though they threaten to crush me under their weight. Balancing the needs of the company, employees, and stakeholders can be overwhelming. The expectations placed upon me are significant, and I often wonder if I am truly up to the task. Leading a company is no small feat, and I am constantly aware of the eyes that are on me, waiting to see how I will handle the responsibilities entrusted to me. There are days when self-doubt creeps in, and I question whether I have the skills and capabilities to lead effectively. However, I remind myself that growth often comes from discomfort, and it is through overcoming these challenges that I will grow stronger. Fortunately, I have a wonderful ally in Avery. Her support has been invaluable, and I often find myself relying on her in ways I hadn't anticipated. Despite her demanding job as a nurse, which undoubtedly comes with its own set of challenges, she always makes time for me. It amazes me how she balances her own responsibilities while still being there to lift me up when I need it most. Avery's dedication to her work and to our friendship is truly commendable. Avery affectionately refers to me as Scaredy Cat Vivian, a nickname that has become a source of comfort in moments of anxiety. It's a lighthearted reminder that I don't have to take life too seriously, even when the pressures mount. In her own unique way, she brings humor and warmth into my life, helping to lighten the load I carry. There's something refreshing about her ability to see the lighter side of things, and it often helps me gain perspective during challenging times. There are certainly times when I feel that her protective nature can be a bit overwhelming. I sometimes wonder if she might be overstepping, given that I am trying to carve out my own identity as a strong leader. However, even in those moments of doubt, I recognize the genuine care behind her actions. It is reassuring to know that I have someone who genuinely cares about my well-being. Avery's unwavering belief in me serves as a foundation of strength that I can lean on. I know that her support comes from a place of love and friendship, and that makes all the difference in my ability to navigate the challenges I face. Navigating the complexities of leadership while processing the fallout from my past relationship with Skippy is no easy feat. Each day presents its own challenges, but I find strength in the knowledge that I have Avery by my side. It's a comforting thought, knowing that no matter how tumultuous my personal life may be, I have a solid foundation of support to rely on as I forge ahead in my professional endeavors. As I reflect on everything that has transpired, I find myself thinking about the lessons I've learned from my experiences with Skippy and the strength I've gained from my current position. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at us, forcing us to adapt and grow. The pain of betrayal and the burden of leadership have both shaped me into a more resilient individual. I am learning to navigate my emotions, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and to embrace the support of those around me. Ultimately, I have come to understand that while Skippy's departure and the chaos of my past may have left scars, they do not define me. Instead, they serve as reminders of my strength and resilience. I have the power to shape my future, and with Avery's support, I am more than capable of rising to the challenges ahead. The journey may be fraught with difficulties, but it is also filled with opportunities for growth, connection, and self-discovery. As I look forward to the future, I do so with a renewed sense of purpose and determination. I will not let the shadows of my past overshadow the potential that lies ahead. I am committed to making the most of my role at Yamada Corporation and to nurturing the relationships that truly matter. With each passing day, I am learning to appreciate the beauty of resilience and the strength found in genuine connections. In the face of adversity, I will continue to stand strong, fueled by the unwavering support of those who believe in me, including my dear friend Avery. Looking ahead, I realize that I must continue to cultivate a positive environment at work, one where collaboration and support thrive. I want to foster relationships based on mutual respect and trust, rather than the superficiality that I encountered in my previous relationship. The lessons learned from my experience with Skippy serve as a guide for me as I build a healthier and more supportive workplace culture. Additionally, I have started to engage more with my colleagues, seeking their insights and fostering open communication. I recognize that leadership is not just about making decisions, it's also about listening and valuing the contributions of others. By creating an inclusive atmosphere where everyone feels heard, I hope to inspire my team and promote a sense of unity. Each small step taken towards building those connections helps reinforce my commitment to fostering a positive work environment.